Hey guys, welcome back to my channel called How To. Today we'll see how we can configure phase 3 DMVPN dynamic mapping using EIGRP. Okay, so just to give you a quick brief, I'll be using this topology to demonstrate our configuration part, wherein I'll be using 111.10.111.10.0/24 subnet, which will be acting as an public IP for the hub. Similarly, 120.120.120 and 130.130.130 uh, subnet for my spokes, which will be acting as an public IP. Okay. For the tunnel address, I'll be using 192.168.100.0/24 subnet, and .1 will be assigned to hub. 100.2 would be assigned for spoke 1, and 100.3 will be assigned to spoke 2. Okay, and we do have a couple of interfaces, loopback interfaces, that will be advertising using EIGRP. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's quickly jump into the configuration part and achieve the lab. Okay, so the first and foremost thing is I'll just check the reachability between hub and spoke. 120.1. Okay, for the spoke 1. Okay, I think I missed the one over here. mm, it's 120. Okay, ping 120.120.120.1. Okay, that is for spoke 1. 130.130.130.1, that is for spoke 2. So I do have a reachability between the hub and spoke. I would like to make sure even I do have the reachability between spokes, okay, from spoke 1 to spoke 2 and vice versa. So from spoke 1, I'll just ping to spoke 2 IP, public IP, and I do have the reachability. Okay. For reachability between public IPs, I'm just using static route. Okay. Pointing towards ISP. Okay. Just an FYI. So IP route is static. Okay. Now I'm just going to I'm just going to configure tunnel interface on my hub. Interface tunnel 10 IP address. As I have told you prior, I'll be using /24 mask. Tunnel source should be gig 0/0. Tunnel mode would be GRA multipoint. We can even use tunnel key if you want to, but if not, that's up to you. But tunnel key is something like we're gonna use going further when we will be having multi hub DMVPN setup, and so on. So we will cover those things going forward. And tunnel uh, map. Okay, tunnel key is configured, tunnel source is configured, IP address have been configured. IP NHRP map multicast dynamic. Going further, we'll be using our EIGRP. Reason being, I'm using that command, IP NHRP map multicast dynamic. So this is our configuration look likes for the hub. And let's quickly jump into our spokes and do the same. Config T interface tunnel 10 IP address. So our first approach would be bringing up our DMVPN, and then we'll be using EIGRP for advertising our loopback interfaces. 100.2, since this is my spoke 2. Tunnel source would be gig 0/0. Tunnel mode is GRA multipoint. IP NHRP NHS. My next hop server would be 192.168.100.1. That's my tunnel 1. That's my hub tunnel IP address. Next hop server. IP NHRP map. How can I reach this hub IP? Hub NHS using hub's public IP, using hub's NBMA address. Okay. IP NHRP map multicast. Even for multicast traffic, I'll be mapping my multicast traffic for. Okay, since we'll be using AGRP, for the multicast traffic, that even need to be mapped to your NBMA address of the hub. Okay, And IP NHRP network ID is something we need to have in place. That is 10. I think I haven't used network ID in the hub section. That's something I have missed. Interface tunnel 10. IP NHRP network ID would be 10. Okay, so this is even an important command. So once that is done, I think we're good with the configuration part so far. So running config for interface tunnel 10. IP address have been configured, NHS have been configured, next hop server. For reaching out to this next hop server, we have an NBMA address that is in place, right? And for multicast traffic, even we have our NBMA in place, tunnel source is in place, tunnel mode is in place. Tunnel key, I think we haven't used tunnel key, or we have, yeah, tunnel key have been used in hub. We need to even use interface tunnel 10. Tunnel key is 10. Okay, so let's verify our DMVPN neighborship. It is in NHRP state, which is bad. Okay, now it is up. Okay, so we have an our DMVPN neighborship that is up right now. Okay, so if you'll see, like we have an so our interface channel 10 is so this router is our spoke, having one peer right now, having NBMA address of this, tunnel peer IP of the hub is this, status is up, and uptime and the attribute is static, right? Since in the hubs in the spoke section we have just statically mapped our uh, DMVPN hub, but if you'll go to hub now and verify so DMVPN, you could see, okay, there are two entries, clear DMVPN session, show DMVPN. Okay, I'll just go to spoke. I think that's from my previous lab that it's been reflecting over there, but never mind. I'll just go to spoke 1 and quickly bounce back my tunnel interface. Shut, no shut, exit sodium VPN. Now my uptime is 3 seconds. If I'll quickly go on hub and see sodium VPN, I could see one spoke, right? So my type is hub, NHRP peer. I do have one peer right now, right? And the uptime and the attribute is dynamic, right? So in hub we don't have to do any static mapping. So once so so that's how our lab is, right? Like all the spokes entries will be dynamically formed into the hub. Okay, so um, the second part is, if this is clear, what I wanted to verify, I just like to see from this spoke. So DMVPN I'll do first. I do have only one entry, right? From spoke 1 I just wanted to ping the tunnel IP of spoke 2, ping 192.168.100.2. okay, 100.3 is the IP address of my tunnel spoke 2, right? If I'll ping uh-huh okay, okay, something is off. Sodium VPN. I'm not able to ping my peer IP. Okay, okay, let's go to spoke 2 and configure our DMVPN first, then we'll see the reachability. Okay, so DMVPN, I think we haven't clear DMVPN session, show IP interface brief, tunnel 10. Okay, tunnel key, so running config for interface tunnel 10. I'll just quickly verify the configuration part. Okay, this seems good. Multicast seems to be good. Network ID is fine. NSS is fine. Tunnel source, tunnel mode, tunnel key, IP address. It looks good, but sodium VPN ping 192.168.100.2. Okay, I'm not able to ping my, okay, I do have successful ping. Now I could see the ping is success. Similarly, I need to have the reachability with my spoke, that is 3. Okay, looks good. Okay, this is good, right? So once we're able to have spoke to spoke reachability as well as we have stated before, but once you'll do so DMVPN, you'll be having one dynamic entry for your spoke as well. Okay, so that's what I was my intention was to showcase you. Now, so since we are aware how to configure DMVPN, now it's all about um, covering the routing part. I'll go on hub right now, and what I'll be doing is config t router EIGRP 100, no auto summary, network is 1.1.1.1, okay, network 11.11.11.11. So these are my loopback interfaces. Don't forget to advertise your uh, tunnel interface, else your EIGRP neighborship won't come up. Okay, so I'll just quickly go to router 2 as well, spoke 2, and do the same. Router EIGRP 100, no auto summary, network. For spoke 2, I think I do have 2.2.2.2.2 wildcard mask, network 22.22.22.22 wildcard mask, network 192.168.100.0.0.0.255. The moment I'll hit the IP address of my tunnel interface, I'm expecting the neighborship should be up. Okay, but it is not so. Let's see what's wrong over here. I could see the neighborship is up in the hub end but not at the spoke end. So DMVPN, okay, so IP AGRP neighbor, this is down, so IP AGRP neighbor, I could see the neighborship is up, but I could see the queue count is 1. Okay, so something is off. I just need to check real quick. So running config for interface tunnel 10, IP NHRP map multicast dynamic, tunnel mode GRE multipoint, and network ID is 10. Okay, this seems good. In the hub section, how about spoke 1? So running config for interface tunnel 10. So IP EIGRP neighbor. So IP protocol. Okay, for spoke 1, I haven't configured any routing protocol so far. It seems config. So run section EIGRP. Okay, my neighborship is flapping for my spoke 2 over here. So neighbor, okay, seems to be an should lab again. IP interface brief, okay, 100.3 is assigned. I can ping my public IP, right? They spoke. Even I can ping my tunnel IP of my hub. No, I'm not able to ping my tunnel IP address of the hub. Okay, so this is the issues. Okay, config T interface tunnel 10 shut, no shut, and so IP interface brief. I'll just, okay, I could see the adjacency is up right now. So IP EIGRP neighbor. Okay, so the neighborship is up. Similarly in hub, so IP EIGRP neighbor, I could see the neighborship is up right now and the queue count is 0, which seems good right now. Okay, So just a quick t-shirt that we have done so far. Now again, let's come to spoke 1 and configure config T router EIGRP 100. Uh, no auto summary. Network would be our in spoke 1. We have 2.2.2.2 to 0.0.0.0 network 22.22.22.22 0.0.0.0. Okay, we haven't configured. Okay, network 1 network our loopback, sorry, tunnel interface exit. I could see my adjacency is up right now, so IPsec neighbor, right? And how about spoke 2? So IPsec neighbor, am I getting routes from my spokes? So IP route, okay, so IP route EIGRP. I'm not getting any routes from spoke 1. These are the routes I'm learning from. These are the routes I'm learning from hub. Similarly in spoke 1, so IP route EIGRP. I'm just learning routes from my hub, right? Now what is happening here is, I'll just go to my um, topology. See, by default, like the split horizon rule will be in place. The reason being, like whatever the routes have been populating by spoke 1, it is traversing to hub, and then from hub back to spoke 2, and vice versa. So there's a rule, right? And whenever in split horizon rule says routes learned from the same interface won't be advertised back to that interface. Reason being, these routes are not being exchanged. Only we have a neighborship between spoke 1 and hub, and routes are being exchanged. uh, EIGRP neighborship, also for spoke 2 and hub, we do have an EIGRP neighborship, and the routes are being exchanged between them. If I'll go to hub 1 and verify the routes, so IP route EIGRP, okay, neighborship is down for 100.2. 100.2. I do have neighborship, so IP EIGRP neighbor. I do have neighborship, okay, that is fine, but I'm not learning any routes from, so IP route EIGRP 2233. Okay, I'll just quickly verify a couple of things real quick. So running config for section EIGRP. I'm in spoke 1 and these routes are being populated, that is fine. How about spoke 2? So running config for section EIGRP. This is the miss, right? For both the spokes I have advertised the wrong routes. For spoke 1 that seems to be good, but for spoke 2 it should be having IP address of 3 and 33 loopback interfaces. Okay. Config T router EIGRP 100, no auto summary, network, no network, no network this, and no network this. Okay. Let's advertise our 3.3.3.0 0.0.0.0 network 33 33 33 33, and I think that's all we need to have. So IP route EIGRP, I'm loading route from hub, and I'm expecting hub should be having both the routes from the spokes. So IP route EIGRP, see, we have routes from both these spokes right now. Okay, 2 22 and 3 33. Now if you'll closely see, like now we want to have an uh, Now in DMVPN phase 3, in phase 2, what we have done, we have used IP no IP next of self for EIGRP 100 for the phase 2, right? But in phase 3, what we'll be using is we're gonna use our command on the hub end. What we will use, config t interface tunnel 110 IP NHRP redirect. Okay, that's the command we need to hit in. uh, okay, before hitting this command, I just want to fix our uh, this part. I just want to exchange. I just want to exchange our loopback interfaces between spokes. For this, I'll just go on hub and disable the split horizon rule. Okay. So for this one, uh, no IP EIGR, no IP under tunnel, no IP split horizon for EIGRP 100. So that's the command you need to hit, right? So as soon as you'll hit that command, when you'll disable that split horizon rule for uh, from the hub, and if you go to spokes and quickly verify show IP route for EIGRP, you could see the routes are being exchanged, right, from both the spokes. Similarly for spoke 2, so IP route for EIGRP, I'm learning the routes. So these are my hub and these are from my spokes, my other spokes, right? So our one problem is now fixed. We are able to exchange the routes, and if you'll see the reachability between spoke 1 and spoke 2, I'll just quickly ping 1.1.1.1, and I'm able to ping the spoke 1 IP address, right? The loopback IP address that I'm learning dynamically, that I'm learning from EIGRP. Okay, so that one is fine. What I'll Now the next part is so IP route EIGRP. You need to pay very attention. Okay, like this is something I just wanted to show you. So all these routes that we are learning those routes from where? From tunnel 10, and our next hop IP is 100.1, right? 100.1, 100.1, 100.1. Okay, meaning by our from our hub. And if you'll see the ceph table, so IP ceph for 1.1.1.1. So next hop IP address is 100.1. Okay, that is fine. I just wanted to have look the ceph entry for my spoke 3, routes for spoke 3. So IP ceph table for 3 for this 3 network that is coming from spoke 2. I could see my next hop is 100.1 for 3 dot for this 3 route 3 network. Where is the 3 network? This one, right? I'm learning that from 100.1. Even the ceph entry is same, right? Now the moment in the phase 3, the main difference between phase 2 and phase 3 is in terms of command. What I'll be using, we have disabled no IP split horizon rule for exchanging the routes, right? Now I use IP NHRP redirect under the hub, okay, and IP interface tunnel 10 IP NHRP shortcut under spokes. This is spoke 1, this is my spoke 2, config T interface tunnel 10 IP NHRP shortcut, right? So now once you'll hit this command, okay, let's see. uh, if you'll go to spoke 1, I was expecting neighborship should be down and come back again, but okay. Now if I'll do so IP route EIGRP, it seems to be same. Okay, I'll just clear my EIGRP neighbors, spoke 1, clear IP EIGRP neighbor for the from the hub as well. If I'll go to spoke 2, clear IP EIGRP neighbors. Okay, now if I'll do so, IP route EIGRP, and for the spoke 2, I'm learning the routes from my hub, right? But let's check for the routes coming from spoke 1, that is 2 and 22. So IP route for 2.2.2.2, I'm learning these routes from 100.1 from tunnel 10, right? And if I'll do so, IPsec for 2.2.2.2, I could see my next hop is 100.1 for this, that is fine. But so I just want to trace route 2.2.2.2. So whenever we have just cleared out all the Cassian entries, the first trace route is going through, whenever we are in spoke 2 right now, for reaching our 2.2.2, the first hop was our hub and the second hop was our spoke, right? But the next time when you will do the trace route for 2.2.2.2, I'm expecting it should not traverse from the hub, it should traverse directly to the spoke, so the hop count should be 1. Okay, so that's the expectations here. See, so we have directly we have the we have our bypassed our hub, and we have just directly jumped to our spoke 1. So there is no, so when you'll trace route your spoke IP, the first packet uh, will go through the hub, right? And the second the packet would be uh, from spoke to spoke directly. Okay, now so IPsec for 2.2.2.2, if you'll see the entry for 2.2.2.2, your next hop is now 100.2, right? Before it was 100.1. Getting it? Okay, so IPsec for now it is 100.2, but prior it was 100.1. But if you'll see your routing table, so IP route for 2.2.2.2, so IP route, if you'll see the routing table for 2.2.2.2, that should be somewhere over here. See, it is showing you it is traversing via 100.1, that is tunnel's IP address. It is going through a hub, right? But if you do the ceph, so IP ceph for 2.2.2.2, it will show you the next hop would be 100.2, meaning by the moment you will hit IP NHRP redirect and the IP NHRP shortcut command, right, it will change the ceph table. Okay, so so that is something I just wanted to let you know, what's the difference. You'll realize while looking at the routing table, it's showing 101, and the moment that uh, you'll hit so IP ceph table, the moment it will whenever you'll try to trace route or ping, right, the first packet would be traversing through the hub, and the second packet would be traversing through the between the spoke to spoke directly. So the backend entry, so there is a change in the backend entry, so that's where the ceph table gets changed for that route, for that subnet, for that network, and it goes it goes directly from spoke to spoke. Okay, I know this might be a bit I hope this might be a bit a lengthy video, but uh, the only difference between the command is simple, like it's just like you just have to disable the split horizon rule under the EIGRP from in the hub section, and you just have to use IP NHRP redirect under the hub and IP NHRP redirect under the spoke. So that's the simple command that you have to use. So that's a simple difference between spoke phase 2 and phase 3 in terms of command, but just a logic, just to let you know, uh, what exactly got changed in the backend, so that you'll be aware. Sovereignty gets changed, and reason being we are having spoke to spoke direct reachability. So that's the difference between spoke, phase 2 and phase 3 for the DMVPN. In the phase 2, packet would be traversing via hub, but in phase 3 we'll be achieving our spoke to spoke communication directly, okay, without traversing via hub, right? So yeah, I hope this video might be really long, but I would like you to suggest, go through the labs, brush up your skills, and do let me know if you have any doubts in this tutorial, and if you need any help, do put in the comment section below. I hope if this video was informative for you, keep supporting me, guys, and going further, we're gonna have much more labs for DMVPN. Till then, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. And I'll see you until next time. Take care. Bye bye.